Welcome to all my viewers. For anyone that's managed to watch yesterday's reading, talking about we have reached this self-realization. I bet you didn't wake up this morning feeling very self-realized. Or did you? We make so many decisions every day, and we often find ourselves having to make critical or difficult ones. But when we do finally say that our mind is made up, well, let's look at all of those things that needed to be worked in the back end of the mind for you to be finally in the know and the now, that what your mind has made up is the right thing. We don't often know. We unfortunately don't enjoy making decisions that have no outcome, where the unknown seems so daunting. And in the recess of the mind, where all these things are working out in our subconscious, we have the battle between the ego and the intellect. And the ego is on the side with all those self-limiting beliefs that wants to keep you in these repeating cycles, making decisions that feel very comfortable, but the ego is born out of self-preservation and lies, I guess. We know as children how naive we were to so many different things growing up. It feels like torture to the soul, having to be going through these different stages of our lives, being reprimanded left, right, and center, whether it was from our parents, bullies at school, teachers who just had enough, when really we just wanted freedom to roam the streets and have these great adventures with our groups of friends. And then becoming teenagers, being introduced to social circles in the 90s, and of course alcohol, drugs and clubs, all sorts. The ego begins to build up this thick wall around the mind, around the intellect, and we always tend to give it more benefit of the doubt than the true self, than the one that should be making more of the decisions, the intuition that is connected to that intellect, and of course the conscience. The conscience and the intellect are working together for the intuition. All these subtleties in these layers of the mind. The ego can very easily, through the shadow work, reveal to us these structures that we've built, these different walls around the mind, the rooms that we have compartmentalized experiences into. And we can also feel in the body when we are triggered into remembering certain things, how that ego comes out with spikes and our nervous system goes into fight, flight mode. We have the tools to work now with our subtle bodies, all these esoteric techniques and tools, the practices of ancient movements of the body that we have learned through India, China. We have the ability to change and transform the mind with this integral, focused, energetic work. And I get lost in it, preparing for this channeling. I have a wave of calm, relaxation, almost tiredness settle into my body. I feel the internal warmness. It is so safe that whatever is resting in the soul, if it is in need of some attention, there could even be this gentle welling of more water in the eyes. It's not tears. It's a reaction to the acknowledgement of the soul and the work that one with the sharp intellect and discernment can direct itself away from the ego towards the soul. We're always searching for this union with the self outside of the mind, in things that are tangible and materialistic, accumulating all these things outside of ourselves, including the people we want to be around, without truly knowing ourselves, because we are controlled by the ego. All right, let's read today's reading. Thank you so much for being in this presence with me. I do hope that this high vibrational feeling of love and authenticity, I'm sensualizing myself. I can feel the warmth of it, and I hope that you can feel it on the other side of this camera. It feels good. Hail, hail. Behold the Aditya, the Vasu, the Rudra, the two Ashvin, and also the Marut. Behold many wonders never seen before, O Arjuna. Now behold, O Arjuna, in this my body, the whole universe centered in one, including the moving and the unmoving, and whatever else thou desirest to see. One of the most significant and beautiful declarations repeated in the Bhagavad Gita a number of times in different formulations is that there is nothing in the universe except the divine. In chapter 10, verses 21 to 23, we came across the same expressions as we have in verse 6 above. I repeat, these names are worth investigating to discover their physical or astronomical identity. So as we map this journey through the days and dates and chapters, we are currently in the 11th chapter, August, and I must encourage you, reach out, get a copy of this book. If you're anywhere in Cape Town near the Ananda Couture Ashrama, you can order one. I'm quite sure you can get it from the Divine Life Society in Rishikesh and perhaps any other bookshops that may sell esoteric and spiritual books. But it would be great to have a hard copy with you. You can refer back to it, or because my readings come out slightly later some days, you can first read it in the morning and then see how the insight that comes to me through spirit and through my attunement with this book over the last 10 years of my life, how all of this comes so beautifully together into daily inspiration. It's meant to help you through this change and transformation process. It's supposed to nourish your heart and to help you navigate on this destiny path, because there is a promise There is a promise from God and there is a plan from God, and we need to make the space in the stillness to be able to hear what it is, our purpose and potential. And if that is the meaning of life, that we are all healers here to help each other heal, to become light beings, to transcend this earthly plane and this mortal coil, to release attachments to this physical body so that we can release ourselves from desires and from suffering, to know that the senses are not controlling the intake of this consumerism of noise and nonsense and toxicity that comes in through us every day, that is changing our godlike nature. Verse 7 is most important. The universe is God's body. Thou, this is not obvious. This one thought will solve all our problems and dissolve the ignorance that produced them. This cosmic body of God is centered in one, rooted in one. The number one, we have learned that it stands on its own. But in all sense of this infinite mind, we are encouraged to see all these thousands of faces, images, and manifestations of God as this one singular. And that this cosmic universe can all be sucked into a vacuum of one particle. We can't fathom that we have this access to infinite expansion in this singular form. In this singular form. Wow. This cosmic body of God is centered in one, rooted in one, built around one. An imperfect analogy again has to raise us to this stage. Just as our body and mind are superimpositions on the one soul, just as the different parts of the body and the different faculties of the mind in here, in the one soul, even so the multifarious moving and unmoving, sentient and insentient objects of the world are centered in the one, which needs no name because it is unique, incapable of being compared or contrasted. The diversity implied is apparent, yet the charm lies in the wisdom of perceiving the underlying unity. Yet the charm lies in the wisdom of perceiving the underlying unity. Life is not obvious. The truth is not obvious. What is obvious is a creation of the mind. Thus you can see in the universe, the body of God, whatever else thou desirest to see. Yes. The world is only the projection of our past and present, wishful thinking. The reality is that it is the body of God. However, even this knowledge is not so obvious. Hence, the wise man constantly remembers that there is an unobvious reality in this universe, which is the reality. So how do we find ourselves in one if we all have such a diverse and unique and significant own reality? Where do we find this union of souls, the unity of the collective, the coming together, the connecting of all of these light bodies across the globe to create this grid, this network of high vibrational frequencies needed to activate the ley lines. I mean, I'm just talking off cuff here, but in my mind I can imagine these things. In my mind I can imagine these silver and gold threads connecting us. There are also red lines, red flags, and things that through our discernment, through the receiving of this light knowledge, we will be able to consciously sever if we understand that these things are no longer serving us. With righteous authority, we can stand in sovereignty and release things that do not serve us anymore. Release the things that the ego has been lying to us about. So I hope you've received the attunement that was needed for you through this reading today. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. Please share these readings. Give me a like. Send me an email if you'd like a copy of that book. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. God bless you. Love you.